What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of A Girls Podcast, brought to you by the famous Jasmine Rule. So today is Easter weekend when I'm filming, so this will come out next weekend when it's not Easter. So that's great, isn't it? Wow. Falling behind and everything like that. But it doesn't matter, except it kind of does because I've got with me traditional Swedish Easter food, and so it kind of ruins the point of me making an episode that's Easter related when it's not even going to be Easter when it comes out. What was I thinking? But I didn't really have anything else to talk about today, so I thought, well, I'll bring out my Easter food and show you guys what it is that we have on Easter in Sweden, and that'll be a little bit interesting. And then I can also talk about like what I've done, what I've been up to, the cool stuff that I would like to do, and things like that. So first of all, what do I have on my plate? I have 2 potatoes, well 1.5 because I already started eating, and then I've got, it's like salmon pate with dill in it, of course. And then I have a whole piece of smörgåstårta, which is sandwich cake. And sandwich cake comes in different varieties, but the traditional sandwich cake is with salmon, prawns, and it's layered with bread and like mayonnaise and lettuce. And then the outside is like coated in dill, because dill's delicious and we love dill. Yeah, so this is like traditional Swedish Easter food, but you also see it a lot around Christmas and things like that, although I'm not really sure about the salmon pate. But anyway, other things that you could expect would be sill, different types of sill, and people also like to eat like meatballs, Swedish meatballs, and a red beetroot salad. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one actually, the meatball with the beetroot salad. But let me tell you, on Thursday, the day before Easter weekend started, basically the whole day was ruined, because we had planned for us at work to have a Swedish Easter breakfast, right? And it was basically like, take all the foods that you have at like lunchtime or dinner time or whatever, but we'll have it at breakfast, because we usually, every second week, we have a fancy breakfast at work. So we were organizing it and it was getting started and everything. And then this one guy, he comes in and he's like, oh, you can't have potatoes for breakfast. You can't have meatballs for breakfast. So basically, he just comes in and he's a total dickhead. And so the whole thing had to be cancelled or moved to lunchtime. So instead we had like a normal, our usual every second Friday breakfast with like lots of bread and, you know, ham and eggs and whatever. So then when lunchtime comes around, like obviously everybody is super full, right? So hardly any of the food gets eaten. There was only one sill container that was opened. And it was so stupid, because like, yeah, usually you don't eat potatoes for breakfast. Usually you don't eat meatballs for breakfast. But it's a special day, you can do whatever you want. So I was really annoyed, because the people who like have the most criticism about these sort of things, they don't even help. Like, they're not there cooking the eggs, they're not there, you know, setting up the tables and everything like that. It's always the guys who like don't do anything at all, who come in and say, no, it can't be like this, what the hell is this that you're working hard. Yeah, so that started off the weekend pretty bad. But obviously, it's a 4-day weekend, and that's a lot of time to spend by yourself. And to be honest, I did feel a little bit lonely, because you can't see your friends. And my best friend, he's like in Åland, which is like this island off the coast of Sweden, and he's having a wonderful time with his girlfriend. And then my other friends, it's like you can't really do so much because of Corona. So there hasn't been a lot of, hanging out and just having a good laugh. Because I do have another friend that I hang out with, but like you don't laugh with them. So it's like kind of an average, nothing to write home about sort of thing. But so other than that, I've just been doing a whole lot of stuff at home. I've been running in the mornings. I have been hanging out at the school practicing my roller skating. I have been cat spotting. I have been watching some TV, which I don't usually do. Did my washing, that sort of stuff. Nothing like super exciting or anything, but it's been nice having a longer weekend. So anyway, let's try having some of this pate. I think it tastes really good with the potato. I mean, to be honest, I do hate dill because I think that it drowns out all the other flavors, and then it's like, well, why? I don't know. Why are we overfishing salmon and ruining the ecosystem if we're just going to drown out the salmon with dill? But it tastes really good with the potato. And then the sandwich cake, it's like a day old now. So the lettuce is like, it's kind of been a bit damp, and it's not in the best quality that it could be. But it still tastes pretty good. When we have a massive dill leaf or whatever you call it, we'll put that one to the side because there's no need to like torture myself. And then you have the customary 1 tomato piece per sandwich cake bit. And I also forgot to mention the påskmust I have. And then after the break, there'll be like a break in the video. I'm going to pick up the Finnish traditional Easter dessert that I'll show you guys, which is actually super different from anything that you could ever imagine. Like, just you who's viewing this video or listening to this podcast, sit there for a second, close your eyes, and imagine an Easter dessert. So think up something, hold on to the image. And then when I show you and tell you what the dessert actually is, you're going to be pretty surprised. Okay, so far I haven't really said anything super exciting about my life or anything, but I do have some nice experiences from last week that I can share. So first of all, one of my fans, and I guess friends now, probably be considered friends, they bought me a whole bunch of Lindt Chocolate. So they sent me some money to go down and pick up some chocolate, and obviously we're both in agreement that Lindt is the best chocolate. So I went to the Lindt store in Stureplan, which is like this sort of fancy area of Stockholm where like they have like the Gucci store, and they've got Prada and Chanel and whatever. So they have like this little gallery that you go in, and there's like sort of small shops, nothing of note really, but they do have the special, Lindt flagship store or whatever it's called. So I went in there and there was nobody there, and there were the two ladies who were working there, so there were two people there, but there were no customers, right? So I go in and they were like super friendly straight away. So I already felt like so happy because I was like, oh, these people are so nice to me. And you know, last weekend I had like a pretty negative experience happen to me. So I've kind of been like waiting for like a good thing to happen. So yeah, these ladies were super nice and I felt like, yes, this is the good thing that's happening to me. So I went around and you can do like a pick and mix sort of thing. So I got my bag and I started picking out what I wanted to have. And like I have my favorites. So like obviously the traditional Lindt ball that comes with like it's not like a gooey center or anything, like it's solid, but it just sort of melts in your mouth like in a special sort of way. So obviously the classic one, that's one that I was like, gonna get lots of those. But then I thought to myself, well, hold on, this is like probably the only time really where someone else is gonna be like, you know, here's some money, Jasmine, go get yourself whatever you want. So like I should probably do something a little bit different. So that's what I did. Instead of getting what I know I like, I got one of every flavor there. So if we pull it out, we've got like matcha Lindt chocolate, which I think could be very interesting. We've got pistachio. So like the outside is all milk chocolate, and then I think it's the center that's a little bit different. You've got this like champagne one, which I don't even know. Like, do I even know what champagne tastes like? I don't know. We've got fraise à la crème. What the hell? Oh, strawberries and cream. We have mango. Caramel, that's not particularly interesting. Hazelnut. Oh, this one, I think, it doesn't say on the wrapper, but I think it's milk chocolate with the white chocolate center. Salted caramel, which I have tried before, it's amazing. This is the classic one, obviously. We've got latte. What is this one? Liqueur, I think this one is, which I probably won't like because I'm not an alcohol drinker. This one's white chocolate. Oh, another latte one. Wait, what? Do they have two different latte? Oh no, it's a coconut. And then we have, I don't even know what this one is. I'm gonna guess coffee. It looks like something that would be coffee flavored. And the last one is double chocolate. So lots of different flavors to try. Some of them I think are obviously gonna be really good, and some of them I already think that I won't like the liqueur one, because yeah, like I said, not an alcohol drinker, so it's not really up my alley. But now we're going to have the break and I will go and get the Finnish Easter dessert. So yeah, have that image in your mind of an Easter dessert so you'll get a nice little surprise. And we're back, and I will show you what it is. I'll show you what it is first, and then I'll pull up the name of it. So here it is. If you're not watching it, it is like a brown, very dark, like mousse, grainy mousse looking thing, and then on the other side is cream. So that's the dessert. It kind of looks a little bit delicious if you don't know what it is, but let me tell you what it is. It is called memma, and in Finnish I think it's called, I think the Finnish one, it's like the same sounding name. I don't know. Anyway, let's pull up the Wikipedia. So memma, Oh, in Finnish, I think it's Mammy, maybe. It's a traditional Finnish Easter dessert. Maybe I should have taken this in English. Let me find. Engelska. Oh. Okay, here we go. Mammy is traditionally made of water, rye flour, and powdered malted rye, seasoned salt, and dried powdered Seville orange zest. The mixture is then left to sweeten naturally before being baked in an oven until set by the Maillard reaction. After baking, the Mammy is chilled for 3 to 4 days before being ready to eat. Unlike traditional Mammy, which is left to sweeten naturally, commercially made Mammy is usually seasoned with dark molasses. Traditionally, Mammy has an aromatic and sweet flavour consisting of just 2% sugar or less, whereas commercially produced Mammy can contain as much as 20% sugar and therefore is much different in flavour. Mammy has up to 10% protein and is rich in trace elements. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, Mammy was first mentioned during the 16th century in a dissertation. It is claimed that it has been eaten in southwestern Finland ever since the 13th century. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, it's basically pretty healthy, right? Memma. Mammy in Finnish. And it tastes pretty healthy as well. Like, if you just take the, Mammy, it tastes like, I know what it tastes like, but what's it called? It tastes like something I know in English, but I can't remember what it is. But it's very grainy. It's very, not very sweet, but in a way it kind of is. I think it almost kind of tastes like Christmas pudding as well. And then you've got the cream, which is obviously, I guess, not healthy. But if you... Okay, so the thing is that in this day and age, the biggest killer is possibly sugar. So if you think about it, like traditional Mammy has quite low sugar at 2%. And then if you got cream, like cream is like hardly any sugar at all. So really, this dessert would be a great option for people anywhere to just start, eating instead of like a whole bunch of Lindt chocolate like some people are doing. So I think it tastes really nice. It tastes almost like if you took a whole bunch of raisins and just like mashed them all up and then had like a big raisin pudding. I think it kind of tastes like that. I mean, I've never had that before, but like thinking about how raisins taste, I think it kind of tastes like that. So yeah, I get to try that first time, even though I've been in Sweden for I guess a total of like 4 years. But something that I thought was a little bit interesting was that I've never really seen it advertised until this year. Like this year I've seen a lot of advertisement, a lot of people talking about it. So I don't know if there's like been a little bit of a revival, especially in relation to like Finnish products. I don't know. I mean, I could just be totally uneducated about that. But yeah, it seemed like Mammy was pretty hot topic this 2021 Easter season. Yeah, so there wasn't really much else for me to talk about, which I guess is kind of a good thing. I've been a little bit tired and disappointed in life the last few weeks. Well, the last 1 week. So hopefully it'll pick up again. But it's not really too surprising that I would feel a little bit down because I've been feeling so good for like the past 3 months. So then I would sort of expect to have like a little bit of a downturn for a little bit. So I guess that's what this is, although there's clear reasons why I wouldn't be feeling sort of top of my game. But anyway, that's going to be it for this special Easter podcast episode that isn't coming out on Easter. So yeah, but let's just not mention that part. You guys can watch it next year for Easter and just pretend like it was planned for that Easter all along. That'll be a good idea. So save that in your calendar. Alright, anyway, I better head off and eat my Easter goodies and have a wonderful time by myself, all alone in my apartment, nobody to hang out with. Alright, have a good one. Hey door.